Gordon would like to do a little rocket demonstration.
I got myself involved in this, yes. I heard it was on the Columbia shuttle, and I remember having a part with the Columbia shuttle a few years back. So I decided I would launch a rocket in memory of the astronauts from that travel, which is different. These astronauts that brought our seas into space are not the same astronauts, but we had the news come here, and we offered the school as a memorial when the Columbia went down. They called us. It was close to our school here. We had things going on. So we didn't want to have anything permanent put into the school because we weren't personal with the astronauts at that time. But because of the name of the school and we were doing things from space, we were invited to participate in that program. Now what happens later, I guess we'll let it be your decision whether or not they chose us for this school or we chose, for this tree, where we asked them to give us the tree. So I don't know how the tree ended up getting there, but it did. And I'm just going to pump up some air in here. Brave. The astronauts are brave. We're going to find out when the seas were actually in space and things like that in a little bit. I'd like to just say that this is kind of exciting for me. Being a part of the Eco Club is fun, but I've always been interested in outer space and NASA and things like that. I'm kind of excited when this is all happening. The reason I'm saying this is let's encourage this. I'm not really sure where this is going to go. So for safety reasons, stay in your seats. Okay, so we have some school supplies, consumables. We could do this all day long, Power Lakers. We have a lot of consumable materials. We have a Sharpie. I think we have somebody on the roof to bring it down later. We'll do it again, okay? Does anybody want to count down? You want to count down? From what number? 10? No, go from 3.
3, 2, 1. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? On the roof. Oh!
On the roof.
I didn't see it.
You didn't see it? You missed it? Maybe we'll do it again later. All right, before we get started, I just want to thank some people for coming. Our board member, Ms. Shiaza, thank you very much for arriving today for our tree celebration. Members of Central Office, Assistant Superintendent Dr. Jenko is here, and the Director of Curriculum and Instruction, Mr. McDevitt, along with our principal. Thank you very much for all joining us. A little bit about what's going on here. Those of you that are 7th graders remember last year, members of the Forestry Service and the Land Development Department came and talked to all of you about land development in Jackson and how important it was to really follow the proper protocol about moving parcels of land to either new homes or businesses. And that was when Mr. Gary Lavallo from the Forestry Service first told us that we were going to be the recipients of this illustrious tree. And it's been a long road getting to this point. We want to thank the members of the Eco Action Club and the Jackson School District Grounds Department for cleaning up this courtyard. You guys did a great job relocating some tulips and pulling some weeds, so that way when we got the tree yesterday, we were ready to go. The Eco Action Club does a lot here at school. We just had our campus cleanup yesterday. You visited the Forestry Service. You had a fabulous fundraiser earlier in the year, economically advantageous light bulbs that you sold. And as far as our space commitment, we have the portable planetarium. We have ice comets that Mr. Barton has been in charge of, moon rocks that you've seen and held in your hands, and rocket demonstrations such as this. So I'm going to call up now our President of Student Council, Eric Carter, and he's going to tell you a little bit about what the tree is.
This was presented to us by, and they sent it to us, Chris McCall from Jackson, New Jersey. Jersey Forest Service Community Forestry Program, in cooperation with the New Jersey Community Forestry Council and the Jackson Township Shade Tree Commission, is honored to present on this day, June 9, 2009, this eastern white pine tree, which has grown from a seed that was part of a seed germination kit that traveled aboard the United States Space Shuttle Columbia during the flight of April 4, 1997. With the help of the MARA's Shade Tree Commission, seeds from the New Jersey Forest Tree Nursery were provided to NASA for their flight. Although the flight was cut short, the seeds traveled at 17,500 miles per hour at a distance of 3.5 million miles. Once the seeds were returned to the New Jersey Forest Service, they were germinated at the program's greenhouse in Jackson as a part of the Heritage Tree Program. This year, Community Forest Greenhouse will grow 10,000 tube seedlings for use in celebrating Arbor Day and 20,000 Atlantic white cedar cuttings for reforestation efforts. Of particular note about seeds in space, the germination rate of eastern white pines usually around 10 to 14 days. The seeds that travel on a space shuttle germinate in half that time. We believe that this is our first effort to have tree seeds experience the weightlessness of space. This white pine tree will contribute to the crew of the Space Shuttle Columbia who lost their lives to our country on February 1st, 2003.
The statement that Eric just read is commemorated here on these placards for anyone who comes into the courtyard and sees this tree. They can read how we got it and where it came from. I'd also like to call up Emily Grau. Mrs. Cameron's science class had a poetry contest for Earth Day, and it's just fitting that her poem had to do with the moon tree, so we've asked her to read it here for everybody today.
Moon tree, your seed was planted in the soil of a place called Moon. You have traveled long and far to come home to the soil of our planet. But it was worth the wait, for now you'll eat and drink in the soil of our planet. Your branches will spread and your flowers will bud in the soil of our planet. Your leaves will grow and fall in the soil of our planet. You will now live and die in the soil of our planet.
Now I'm going to call up our principal, Mr. D.
Good morning, everyone. At the rate at which those seeds germinated, I think very soon we're going to have a 60-foot tree here, probably in a year or two. So we're going to be excited to watch this particular tree grow. A wonderful project with our staff. We appreciate everything that Ms. Delasera and Mr. Barton have done to heighten the awareness of science education here at Cullum. Our Eco Action Club, you guys beautified this campus yesterday. We appreciate the cleanup efforts that you do. It becomes a yearly effort, and we do appreciate all the work that you do. A little bit about this tree and the authenticity. We have a statement here from NASA. It says the seed germination kit that was flown aboard the Columbia for the Borough of Denver Shade Tree Commission. The mission was launched on April 4th, 1997 from the Kennedy Space Center in Florida. The landing took place on the 8th at the Kennedy Space Center. The 4-day mission orbited the Earth 63 times at an altitude of 84 miles at a speed of 17,500 miles an hour, traveling a total of 1.5 million miles. The presence of this item on board is hereby certified by the crew and signed by all those Space Shuttle members who were on that particular mission. I would just like to say, being part of the Chris McCall Middle School since 1993, the school has been recognized for many of its accomplishments with science and education. And this is just another step in that direction. We look forward to fostering this tree project and watching it grow for many years to come. So again, thanks to everyone for coming out this morning and for making this such a success here at McCall. Thanks.
Okay, if anyone has their camera on from the newspaper, if you'd like to take a picture of the tree, go ahead. Okay, Mrs. Delasera has an announcement to make.
The Eco Club is so proud of all of the learning and the awareness brought about keeping the environment clean and not polluting. And we have the winner of our Earth Day t-shirt contest here. Jillian's going to come up and show her design.
This is the original design. Here it is a t-shirt. So, and then the actual tree that
experiment, or?
I will try to get that. Yeah. This is an award-winning rocket launcher, by the way. Came from the NASA website. The design for it was actually posted on NASA.com. I really like the pumping. Is something I really like to do. Pump, pump, pump. Haven't lost a rocket yet. Show you what I've done is. Middle of the tray. Ready, gang? Everybody, 3,
2, 1. Whoa. Oh, it's smoking.
I think it's right in the front seat of your car.